Are you worried about being made redundant and over 50? If you are made redundant after the age of 50, you may see it as frightening. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I'll show you how you can turn your thoughts around and start to see it as the best opportunity you've ever had. I'm Paul McIntyre. On this channel, I help men over 50 to start and grow their dream business and their life of choice. Over the age of 50, you're more likely to be made redundant than at any other age group, and more likely to be out of work for over a year than you are to find a job within 3 months. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 reasons why you should start worrying and turn this into a massive opportunity that so many people never have. It may be the one and only time you get this chance. Make sure to stay until the end, where, after I've shown you how to stop suffering uncertainty, I'll share with you a free template that you can use to decide your next move after redundancy over 50. While you're watching, make sure to tell me about your own situation by sharing in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel by hitting the subscribe button and ring the bell to be first to get notified of new videos. So let's get into it. Reason 1 is that you have some major advantages over others that you might not have considered. Okay, so I know redundancy at 50 plus seems tough, but I want to remind you of a couple of reasons why your age can be advantageous. Your experience. If you're over 50, then the chances are that you have a long and distinguished career behind you already. You have a wealth of extensive experience and knowledge that no graduate could ever hope to match. Your adaptability. It sounds unlikely, but more mature people are often more able to cope with an adapting workplace. You'll be used to changing procedures, changing techniques and technology, and you'll have learned to change with them. A study conducted by the Medical Research Council in Cambridge for the Channel 4 Dispatches programme concluded that older brains actually adapt exceptionally well and, in some cases, may even become stronger and more active than those of younger individuals. That's good to know, isn't it? Reason number 2 is that your dreams really can come true. Perhaps this is the opportunity you've needed to start up a business you've always dreamed of running. Obviously, you need to be sensible and have a realistic idea, but this is your chance to be adventurous. It may feel like now isn't really the time to do it, but actually, if you've got a really good idea and can form some solid plans, it could be the perfect time. The third reason is that it's the perfect opportunity for self-reflection. Ask yourself what you want to do next. Not just work-wise, but how you want to live your life. This could be the perfect chance to evaluate your career and your short and long-term life goals. It's probably the only time for the foreseeable future when you'll be able to devote all your time to the task rather than trying to juggle working life with making time for interviews and applications. Focus your attention on the important things and perhaps consider those aspects where you could be flexible. Try to be realistic and honest with yourself. The ideal job may or may not be out there, but the more open you are, the more opportunities you can consider. Of course, if you decide to start your own business, you can design the role you play to fit in with the life you choose, not the one you have to fit in around an employer's requirements or your boss's whims. You'll be the boss. The fourth reason is that others have already proven it works. If you've been made redundant or are struggling to find a job, then you'd be forgiven for thinking that your options are limited. But did you know that almost 30% of all small businesses founded in the UK between 2011 and 2016 were started in response to redundancy or long-term employment? And would you be surprised to discover that 80% of that figure claim it was their redundancy, their life crisis, that had in fact taught them the survival skills needed to make it in business? The fifth reason is you may never get this opportunity again. Grab it while you can. More than a third of workers who've been made redundant use the experience as an opportunity to start working for themselves. The research by the Medical Council found that Britain is home to millions of redundantpreneurs, people who took being laid off work as an opportunity to work independently rather than find another job working for someone else. And the biggest group of people who did this successfully were the over 50s. After being made redundant, more than a third of people decided to use that opportunity to become their own boss. Of these, 57% started working for themselves as a freelancer or consultant, 48% started a business, and 12% invested in another business and started working there. The new businesses joined the millions of micro business with fewer than 10 employees operating in the UK, which accounts for 96% of all companies. Nearly 13 million, that's 38% of UK working adults, have been made redundant at some point in their career, with men more likely to be made redundant than women. Many people retrospectively feel it was a positive change. Over half were unhappy about being made redundant at the time, but think it was the best thing for them in the long run. Okay, time for recommendations and a summary before we get to how you can work out what's best for you to do next. If you haven't yet been made redundant but are worried you may be, then start to do some planning sooner rather than later. You can use the bonus template to start this planning, which I'll give you in a minute. If you've already been made redundant, then don't panic. This could be the best opportunity you've ever had, rather than what you might currently see as a major setback and worry. It's very rare in life that we get a real chance to pause and examine where we're at the moment and where we want to be in the future, along with how we're going to get there. This is that opportunity. You have experience and expertise that nobody in their 20s and 30s could ever dream of rivaling. You've so much stored knowledge that others would love you to share. Many people would pay handsomely for your knowledge, expertise and help. So I promised you a bonus download if you stay to the end. So thanks for sticking around. Here it is. There's a download link in the comments below to a free template that you can use to help you decide your next move after redundancy over 50. The best way to use this is to print it out and fill it in pencil. That way you can easily update it. If you just read it, your mind won't be committed to thinking in enough depth. So make sure to physically write in your thoughts. Pencil's best so you can easily amend it later as your thoughts develop. Once you've completed it, you can see the recommendations based upon what you've written. So remember to download the template and get your pencil ready. Then let me know your results and if this video has helped you. I'll see you in the next one.